Five Nights at Freddy's, a very odd yet influential franchise in the world of gaming and horror gaming specifically. I've never been the biggest fan of the games, I've only played a few, yet it seems like a franchise that I'm never able to escape from. It's like that one zit that never goes away. It just never goes away. Get that out of here. Everyone likes to talk about the impact that this franchise has had on video games, but what I want to talk about today is the impact that this franchise has had on the music industry. So without further ado, let's get into it. One of my first experiences with the franchise is one I feel like many young people won't understand, but it was these old, cringy, fun videos from back in the day. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Back to the topic of music, another one of my first experiences with FNAF as a franchise was through the 2015 album Mangled by NateWantstoBattle.
You can break down my lights and my doors, but I won't let you back in no more, no more. I'm sick of getting stuck in the same routine again.
This, my friends, is a fan song. Fan songs are the beautiful mix of a pre-existing franchise and original music. Nowadays, it seems like the collective term for this kind of music is nerdcore, but that's kind of a dumb term if I'm being honest. Back in 2014, fan songs were mostly made by, you guessed it, fans who wanted to show their appreciation for the franchises they loved. These videos were usually characterized by low-budget live-action or animated videos with simple composition and production styles. I want to make a distinction between the genres of parody and fan music. Parody could technically be considered fan music. A good example of this would be the 1999 song by Weird Al Yankovic. I don't remember what it's called, so I'm just going to put it up on the screen. But the main distinction lies on whether or not it's designed to make fun or be an accurate or poetic representation of a currently existing franchise. Three of the most notable perpetrators with this are, first, the Living Tombstone. They're the OG FNAF song group, and their fan song for FNAF became so popular that more people know the Jack Black meme than the actual song itself. They're such a big deal that in the official FNAF movie that just released, the credits theme is their Five Nights at Freddy's song, which is about the highest honor any creator could see, having their song they made to show their love for a franchise end up in the movie for said franchise. Next up, we have the man, the myth, the legend, CG5. This guy knows how to pump out music. He has created a steady ecosystem of FNAF music that has helped the franchise maintain a lot of player engagement over the past 5 years since he started making these FNAF fan songs. I would argue that these have been the 5 weakest years for FNAF, with a load of mediocre games, and at that point the movie seeming like it had been unofficially cancelled and thrown to the wayside. Number 3 is NateWantstoBattle. This one's more out of personal preference. He's someone I grew up listening to with the Mangled album that I mentioned before, as well as the Pokemon album and his personal music that he's been releasing over the years. Also, editing this video, I realized I didn't talk about JT Music, so I just want to talk about him now. This guy was one of the most, and still is one of the most influential FNAF fansong creators and creators for nerdcore in general. He has contributed as much as any of the other creators I'm talking about here today. So yeah, extremely important in the history of fan music. The music I'm talking about, this nerdcore, this pop culture music, fan songs, whatever you want to call it, is not exclusive to Five Nights at Freddy's. I just have mainly been talking about it because you probably clicked on this video as a FNAF fan. But again, this genre of pop culture music is not exclusively made up of FNAF fan songs, not in the slightest. I remember when I was younger watching the Wii Shop channel song from Brental Floss and the random songs scattered through Peanut Butter Gamer videos. There are tons of other creators that I didn't really know much about and don't care to watch now, as well as some genuinely cool creators. Here's a list of names moving so fast you can't read them. I'm not arguing the genre of nerdcore originated with Five Nights at Freddy's, but rather that it experienced an unprecedented amount of growth and accessibility to new audiences when these games came around. I would argue the 3 main pillars that helped create nerdcore are FNAF, Minecraft, and Undertale. Side note, if you're looking for a more all-encompassing video talking about YouTube fan songs, then you can check the link below where I included the 2 videos that Chazington had made on this exact topic. Because of them using the name of these big franchises, they have normalized and made a space for other smaller creators to be able to make fan music for other franchises they love. And there's a community of people who love this style of content and a community of people who make this style of content. This is the same sort of phenomena as the indie game boom from the early 2010s. Without games like Cave Story, Shovel Knight, and Super Meat Boy, we wouldn't have games like Hollow Knight, Cuphead, and Stardew Valley, because there just wasn't as big a space for the small or single-man studios to release successful games. But it took a few giants and extremely popular games to pave the way for the little guy to be able to do it as well. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of Five Nights at Freddy's or even a lot of these fan songs. I don't have to be a fan of something to recognize the impact it has had on music culture and musician culture, giving so many people the courage to step out and try to make something great based off of something they love, whether to find success or just to show their appreciation. And I think that's pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching. This is the part of a new series I'm doing called Anything at All, where I talk about literally anything at all. It could be games, anime, music, books. If you want to check out the previous episode, you can click right here. And if you want to check out some music that I do, I'm mainly a composer. If you want to check out some of that content, go right ahead. The videos will be on the screen. Have a lovely week, and I will see you in the next episode.
Peace out. Bark, 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 bark. Pizza.